Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ham Radio Outlet's Shack Chat. I'm your host, Katie, WY7YL. Welcome to my shack where I get radioactive. So welcome one and all who are joining us from around the world. If you're new here, please do pop in and let us know you're a first timer. Welcome to those of you that are watching live on YouTube. If you're new to our channel, please do subscribe and keep up with all of our videos that we're putting up, both our live streams as well as other content. Hello to everybody on Facebook, and I hope you guys are coming along and joining our Facebook group. We've got the Shack Chat group, and where we can share some photos and news of what you're doing for ham radio and more. So I see we've already got, and there's our first DX. I got to pop him in here. So good morning, or probably good evening to you, Renaud in Norway, and Joel's here, our regulars, Greg and Judy from where the heck are you guys from? Kentucky. Good morning. And Joe's one of our regulars as well. And Lloyd, good morning, everybody. It's great to see such a wonderful early turnout here. It's kind of a gloomy Friday. And, it's Friday, May 15th. And I realize that many of us expected to be at Hamvention today and this weekend. But instead, here we are, meeting up virtually on YouTube, on Facebook, through Zoom. I mean, I tell you what, thank goodness for all of these different things that we can use so that we can still keep in touch with each other. I know there's a lot of clubs having Zoom meetings. Actually, I joined in with a club meeting out of Pennsylvania last week. That was a lot of fun to talk with the folks from the Skyview Radio Club. And it's a neat way to be able to talk to each other. Granted, it's not the same as being in person, but you know what? It's definitely a great way to still stay in contact and not totally miss out on being with each other. Let's see. It's 7:30 p.m. in Norway, he says. So there's Dave and okay. Oh, Chris is a first timer. Woohoo! Welcome, Chris. And looks like Chris is watching us on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. And there's Kilo Echo Zero OUR. Thanks, guys, for joining. Here's Dave and Paul. All right. So got a nice crowd today, and I'm really excited because, as I mentioned, it's Hamvention weekend, or normally would be, and we all look forward to visiting with our friends, checking out all the new equipment, and of course, picking up some good deals while you're there, because there's always some good sales. So just in case you hadn't been to our website recently, just want to make sure you're all aware that even though Hamvention isn't happening, we still have our Hamvention virtual sales going on. There's a lot of great products for sale from the Yaesu radios, ICOM and D-Star repeaters, SDR plays, and more. So if you check out our website, hamradio.com, there's a big old banner right at the top, and you can't miss out on all of the different items for sale. So I would like to just again quickly say hello to everybody who's joining in. Oh, there's our friend Dave. Hi, Dave. And Kevin's popping in here. Oh, he said he just ordered a FTM 7250. Well, thanks for shopping with us, Kevin. Appreciate that. And I'm sure you're going to love your new radio. All right. So let's see. What do we have on task today? Oh, I know. I've got some guests. Woohoo. I'm going to bring in my friends, Chuck and Shannon from ABR Industries. And let me click the right buttons. There we go. Hey, guys. How are you? Oh, wait a minute. I muted you.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Let's try that again. Chuck and Shannon here from ABR Industries down in the great big state of Texas. And this is, I think I put, check out as we meet with the Abramsons. Oh, there we go. You guys got your names there. So ABR Industries is a family owned and operated business. And Shannon is the president of ABR Industries. Chuck is the technical manager of pretty much everything. If you have a technical question, Chuck is your man, I tell you. I learned something new from him every time we visit at all the different ham fests and events, and really appreciate you guys taking the time to join in with the show today. So how are things going in Texas?
Do you want to go first?
Things are going great. Y'all have been keeping us very, very busy. We're not slowing down by any means over here. We're fully operational, building those custom cables. And it's great to see some of those faces that popped up that I get to talk to on the phone. So if anyone's ever giving ABR a call, you're usually getting either me or Chuck. And now you have a face to a name to a voice.
Yeah, that's always nice. So people know, it's one thing to talk to you and they'll get to know a lot of folks who regularly if they call, but it's always nice to say, oh, okay, now I know who I'm actually talking to. So ta-da, now they know. Oh, all right. So we got to put Joe's coming up here since he says he loves your cable. So
Very much, Joe.
So tell me, Chuck, you or Shannon, whoever would like to pipe in here. Of course, ABR Industries has been around for quite a long time now. How many years is it?
So I'll chime in a little bit more.
Okay.
We're actually a second generation company.
Right.
So Mark, our father, Shannon's father-in-law, we started a business up back in 1989, and then we actually sold that off back in the early 2000s, and then ABR Industries formulated in 2010.
Okay.
So we've been doing this, in and out for probably close to 30, 40 years.
Wow.
Of working in different capacities, but we've been around for quite a while, and yeah, we got generation 3 running around now in the back, putting stuff together. But they felt that I did as a kid, but it's a great way to learn the product. It's a good way to get to know it, and so it's been
That's fun. Now, of course, Shannon and Chuck are brother-in-law and sister-in-law. Shannon's husband, Ben, is also part of the company. What is Ben's role?
Ben is currently running around out in the warehouse. He does, he spearheads a lot of the operations.
Okay.
And, he also does shipping. I let him handle all those big boxes, and
Good idea.
I can take care of the rest.
There you go. I know I was looking at an old video from when Chuck and I were talking at Hamcation this past February, and there was he picked up a cable, just kind of whoop it, and then I grabbed it. I was like, whoof, boy, that was heavy. So obviously you guys are making and creating your own custom cables, which I think is really super cool. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you guys are doing that's so special and why your cables are so awesome?
Sure. Well, cables, we've manufactured the cable itself in the U.S. We actually have co-op agreements with a number of plants on the Eastern Seaboard. There's about 12 of them that we work with. And so they do a lot of private label, private branding. Some of them we actually have a partnership with. What makes us unique is actually we control the specification, which is kind of a little bit unheard of for a lot of companies out there. I write the specs, go visit the plants, we go on site. We actually are working through now plenum cables, Teflon coated cables. So we're very much, in the knee deep with the cable side of it. And then as far as the assemblies go, it's rare to find an assembly house that does RF and microwave here in the U.S. A lot of stuff has gone offshore, but we're American built and reliable, so we live up to our brand name, and we have a lot of people here that we've hired here in the States, a lot of equipment and tooling and stuff that we've done. So we've continued to kind of increase our footprint here. We grew into a secondary space just over the last 12 months, and it's allowed us to put in some new stripping machines and cabling. Originally, we were intending to kind of invite you guys in the back, but it's been so noisy with everything going on. You probably couldn't hear us over the new compressors that are sitting back there. So we just decided it was probably safer to talk to us in the office.
Right. So what kind of equipment is it that's so you said like strip, or is it assembly machinery, or?
So we've got equipment that does pretty much everything from unspooling, and it spools it, wraps it into coils, and then we've got tooling that'll strip everything into nice little fine edges. Actually, I've got a little piece of cable if anybody can see here. This actually comes off our brand new stripping tool, which is designed to do smaller cables.
Okay.
A little bit hard to see the edge on this one, but what it's designed is that everybody says, oh, it's harder to strip bigger cables. In the wire and cable industry, it's really tough to strip smaller cables. We actually got a new 3-blade stripping machine that this cuts in 3 seconds flat. It cuts out all the different dimensions that we need. It's metric, and it comes out of Germany. It also costs a small price of a BMW, if you're curious. So it's not something that most people would afford, but we understand that. That's what we're here for. But so what it
So
does,
you mean I'm not going to go buy one and put it in my garage to make my own cable?
You're more than welcome to. But
I think I'll leave that up to you guys.
Yeah. So it's a fun piece of equipment and stuff like that, but it's all automated now and it's computer controlled. It's all metric, so it works really nice for us. So when we're producing the assemblies, it does a nice clean processing, cut, and everything else that everybody wants to do. So, and then from there, the guys and girls go back and assemble it and solder everything into place. And then we put some new crimping tool fixtures in, some presses. So we crimp the ends and finish the product with sealing. And we go through a number of QC processes as well, checks and balances for our products.
Right.
And everything gets a nice little label and matched up, and away it goes.
Wow, that's quite a process. How long does it take, like from, I'm thinking about, I happen to have one sitting here in the shack right now, and I'm looking at it. And of course, I think a lot of us, I guess I am buying it. I just broke the plastic. All right, honey, this one, we're keeping this one. I know he's watching. So, you see it. I mean, and you've got the PL259 there in the end, and everything's nice and clean. But, we take for granted as a ham. I just walk into, HRO and pull this off of a shelf and take it home with me, but not realizing like the amount of work that actually goes into make one of these. And there's so many different options and sizes and jobs that these can do. It's kind of amazing for what you think about, we just take it for granted. We, order it up and off you go, but you guys are taking it from the very beginning all the way to the end product. And how many different types of cable do you make?
So the types of the cables themselves, we have about 48 different core RF cables that we work with. And then from there with the terminations in our system, just to give you a sense, we have, I think it's close to 7,800 part numbers just on those core products. So we terminate everything like you see, with the PL259s, that are soldered into place. Whoops, I can't even see on the screen.
Oh, sorry, there we go.
With the PL259s that are soldered into different connections. We've got, the wonderful little BNC connectors now that everybody's now going towards.
Oh, yeah.
But we also do some strange things, such as we actually armor the cable.
Oh.
And build it with a nice little unique.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that.
I'm new at this. With right angle end connectors, we use 716 connectors on there. So,
would you like me to be Vanna?
Yeah, you can be Vanna.
Yeah, there we go.
So
let's figure out where.
The camera's right there.
Right there.
So,
there we go.
With our end connectors, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then we actually do multi-bundling of cables and stuff like that too. So.
Now, Paul was just asking, is this your ABR 400, LMR 400, which...
It's a great question. No, it's not the Times microwave product. It is actually an ABR Industries product.
Right.
Essentially, we're all building it the same way. We use the same chemistry and same makeup as far as the dielectric goes. We still use the same foil and braiding system. What makes our product slightly unique, and the reason why we don't typically use the Times product, is we actually use a Type 2 jacket, which is a compound that's designed to be UV resistant and direct burial.
Oh, wow.
Is standard for the industry. Most of the standards are just the UV jacketing.
Okay.
But a lot of our amateur radio folks need to bury the cable or have it along the ground in certain spots.
Right.
So it's easier for us just to put the extra compound in there. Plus, like I said, with us, with the specifications, we manage that internally.
Wow.
So we work through a lot of our people with that.
That's pretty cool. Oh, there's Janet saying, what would we do without your cable? Janet, of course, is our manager in Anaheim. Hi, Janet. Glad to see you here. So Paul says, okay, cool, thanks. And so I just wanted to make sure we kept up with any questions. Joe says he started crimping versus soldering and says it's a time saver.
Absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of people with soldering, it's always important to work on that with a center conductor for electrical continuity. But when it comes to the outer braid, when you crimp, I mean, you're going to make a much stronger connection. It's going to have a harder pull strength. Plus, I think a lot of people, when they look at the soldering, you could burn the dielectric and stuff like that. So it's better to save the integrity of the cable by crimping it.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. Plus, if you're, I like to solder. I'm not the greatest at it because I don't do it enough to play with it, but inevitably I usually end up over soldering and then melting something or, dropping it on the floor behind, because our little soldering station's behind me at our workstation. But, that's, it's something that you guys are putting it all together. So that's why it's like, all right, if I can just buy this versus messing around on the table behind me on my own, then I'm gonna buy it. So it makes a lot more sense.
We'll be honest with you, our soldering people are highly skilled. They won't even let me touch a soldering iron sometimes with their prototype of product. It's more or less, let me do that for you and I'll get this taken care of, and you can come
That's
back.
great. They're like, keep going, Chuck, don't even stop.
Exactly.
That's great. So I remember you showed me something new when we were in Florida. There was, I think was it a white cable? There was something that was a newer product for you guys.
Yep, that is, now we're building the, Shannon, but we're building now the 195 in the white product in a stranded center conductor.
Okay.
And so that makes it a highly flexible product, but we actually designed it where we put a tinned stranded center conductor and made a non-contaminated jacket for the marine market.
Okay.
It's still great for amateur use, but now we got people that are using this where they're putting it up the mast for their marine radio for that market too. So we have a number of teams that they've used it there.
Right.
And yeah, it's been quite successful for us.
Right.
And it's something new. The other benefit of the jacketing now is this is a unique type 2 where we put an additional compound in which will allow you to actually paint the color of the cable itself. So for those of you with your spouses that do not like a white or black jacket going through the house.
Oh, blasphemy.
Painted the color that you're painting the walls. It's set up as a primer. So you can color match whatever you need at that point.
Right. Oh, that's great. That is handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a question wondering about a 240 flex. And I think, I know this is.
And that's actually the cable that you have there, which is the 240 Ultra Flex.
Oh, okay. So then the answer is yes.
Yes. Yeah, our part numbers are a little different. When Mark was back creating them, it was kind of a mishmash of different numbers that we used to designate the cable, but that is definitely one of them right there.
Oh, neat. Very cool. So let's see. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any other questions here. As I scroll through, I don't want to miss out on anything that anybody might be asking you guys. Okay. Let's see. Oh, all right. Can you make purple?
Actually, believe it or not, we can.
Oh, there you go, Ken. You're all set.
We can actually do some cables in purple for the hookup wire. And so, yes, technically we could make something in purple.
There you
go. Actually, the next new cable will be red because it matches the fire alarm cable that's out there. The plenum
there
cable.
You go.
So that will be available in red.
Right.
Also, just in case anybody ever asks, these weaves that we actually use on the cable, you can see that it's orange.
Yep.
With the bundling weaves, it comes in purple. So we can certainly make it whatever color that you want.
Dress your cable up however you want.
Exactly.
Right. There you go. He says, all right. Yeah. Thanks. That's cool.
We've got it pretty and functional now.
Yeah, there you go. Well, why not? Why shouldn't it be after all? I was going to ask with, so your cables, obviously at HRO, we have a variety of different types, sizes, and lengths, but you can pretty much make it to, if someone calls you up directly and is looking for a custom cable, I assume you guys can customize to whatever anybody's looking for?
Yeah, we have, and we can. The tooling allows us to go down as small as 4 inches, and we can make the cable up to any footage from there. We typically stock in 1,000-foot reels, and we keep about 250,000 feet on any particular product on the shelf. So,
right. Yeah. Well, My goodness. All right. Well, that answers that question.
Yep.
So what is this rest of this year looking like for you guys? Do you have more new projects in the works, or are you pretty much just kind of continuing to grow as you are with your existing markets and just keeping everything supplied? Do you have anything new you're thinking about developing?
So the latest newbie is our ferrite product. I'm gonna let Shannon show that one off just because I stole one of the ones that we did today.
Oh wow.
So
That looks like a beast.
Yeah.
With my arm.
It's a yeah. So we are starting to install ferrites onto different cables, and starting to talk to you guys about different products to stock there. And so we've just launched that initial product onto the cabling itself.
Wow.
And then we're looking at other things such as inline balance and things like that as well to the cables. So
that's great. So you guys are pretty responsive to all the industries that you're providing cable for. So I'm guessing some of that idea came because people were looking for it.
Yeah, it actually came out of a couple of the customers that we had been working with today. And a couple of them were specifically focused more maybe towards the government side of things.
Mm-hmm.
But the amateur market has always been interested in it, and we've had questions over the years. So we finished the product, commercialized just the initial offering, and just got it up on things going probably about last month, I think. And so there's some more information on our site.
Right.
Sharing some more information, obviously, through you guys as we develop this and finish launching the product.
So it sounds like, you guys are, you've now come together as a family again and doing all of this together. And with Shannon as the president, you guys are considered a woman-owned business. Is that correct?
That is correct. We're actually going through certification right now to get our WBE certification.
Right.
So we're working on that. And once that's up and running, we'll make sure to let everybody know. But yes, ma'am, we are working on our women-owned small business certification. We're looking to continue servicing the custom needs, our dealers that we love to partner with. Thank you to HRO. We're just really proud what we're doing in the market and what we're able to offer. I have a background with a lot of customer service. Chuck he is the technical face, and he is the one that, if anybody, I know I'm recognizing some of the names that are popping up when y'all call. I'm like, let me put you straight to Chuck. But we're very customer service driven, and our goal is to make sure we get you taken care of and that you get what you want the first time. So my thoughts are we always want to continue leading the way and making sure that people who want to continue within the hobby and make sure their shack is the best that it can be. We appreciate that business, and we want to keep providing for years to come.
That's great. Well, and of course, it's really your name on the business when you think about it. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. So yeah, Kenneth is asking if you guys are a mom and pop business. Well, you're technically, I guess so, but you're family owned and operated. I like to say that because that makes, mom and pop certainly is appropriate in some businesses, and you do think of that, but you guys are like beyond mom and pop, I would say, just because of what you do.
Wanders through. So every so often we see a smiling face show up.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Chuck is asking, is it actually American made?
Yeah, it is American made. Like I said, all of this cabling is sourced here. All of our people are doing the soldering and all the other work there. And so we do all those pieces. Connectors are the one thing that we don't have many screw machines available in the United States anymore. Right. But to be honest with you, we've sourced through a lot of other countries. We actually buy a lot of stuff from Japan, Korea, Germany. There's been a lot of the places where a lot of our connectors do come from. So,
that's great. Well, this has been super. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. I'm sad that we're not visiting with each other in person at Hamvention, but I'm glad this was another option for us today, so we could, put faces together and say hello and have a chance to share with all of our customers about your great products and what you have to offer. So, of course, anybody can go to your website, which is abrind.com, or type in ABR Industries in the search bar within Ham Radio Outlets page, and you'll find all of the products. I can't even remember how many show up when you type that in, but there's tons. And again, obviously, if you guys have any technical questions, just pick up the phone, because you're going to get Shannon or Chuck to answer them for you. So you know who's behind the phone when you give a call, and they're going to be able to help you out and match you up with what you need for your shack. So that's super. Well, I appreciate you guys joining us today, and I hope you have a great weekend. And please say hello to Ben for me, and you guys keep creating lots of good stuff for all of us hams.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you very much. Y'all have a great weekend.
Yes, be well.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna pop over here and go back to myself. So that was great. I haven't seen Shannon in a couple of years, so it was really nice to be able to catch up with Shannon here on our stream, and I get to see Chuck a few times a year. And so it's always nice when you can when you become friends with all the people that you work with this way. And so I'm going to kind of wrap up today with a couple of other items. Of course, this being Hamvention weekend, normally, we do have our virtual Hamvention sales going on. So you can visit hamradio.com or give any of our stores a call to find out what there might be available that you're looking to put into your shack. Tomorrow is the Hamvention QSO party. It's from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a pretty simple exchange of information. It's a signal report, and the first year you went to Hamvention. So if I was going to be talking to you, it'll be 5/9/2006. And but if you've never been, then you would use 2020 as your exchange. And it should be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of people on the air from all over the country talking about a variety of, sharing their stories, I bet. And it's going to be just a big old QSO party. Other thing that's big tomorrow, which I'm going to be involved in here from Ham Radio Outlet, is we're partnered up with SDR Play for starting at 8 a.m. my time zone, which I believe the UTC is going to be from SDR Play. I was going to say ABR because I'm, just talk to them. From SDR Play, we're going to be doing a variety of different educational topics on all of the different things you can do with SDR Play, and from the RSP1A, the Duo, and the RSP-DX. And I'll be live to help with Q&A and tell you about all the great deals we've got on SDR Play for you. So that's kind of what's happening, and I look forward to seeing everybody next week. Thank you again so much for joining us live here on YouTube or Facebook. Don't forget, sharing is caring, so please do share this with your friends and subscribe to our channels, give us a like, and all that good stuff. So have a great weekend, everybody. I'm Katie, WY7YL for Ham Radio Outlet, saying 73, and stay radioactive.